Good day, folks and fellow citizens. The mainstream media will not cover anything related to the BLM founder who is on a home shopping spree right now for $1 million homes in white neighborhoods. Why is the BLM founder, of all people, buying homes for herself in rich white neighborhoods? I wonder why that is. I mean, besides the fact that you knew this organization was a bunch of hypocrites to begin with, now they're just siphoning money from fools and sheep out there who actually believe these people stand up for black Americans. They do not. They do not care. They are unapologetic about it. Okay? You can clearly see, actually, and we've been warning, everybody's been warning for a long time that on their website, they did admit they are Marxists. Okay, that's number one. Two, on their website as well, you see where the finances go. It goes to the Democrat Party, okay, and it's spread over campaigns. This isn't money going into the inner cities. I mean, this isn't money going towards, you know, projected youth or, some water issue. By the way, why does Flint, Michigan still have a friggin' water problem? I mean, seriously? But this is the problem you get when you elect to do nothing Democrats. They do nothing. They do nothing unless it enables them to get more money, more powerful, rich, more, and more. Okay? And your local politicians sell out to these politicians in DC. Your local politician says, do me a favor, get X, Y, and Z, and I will do the rest for you. Okay? And let's not forget, a lot of the Democrat kickbacks are always, for the most part, um, they siphon this stuff basically and they disguise it as book deals. So when the kickbacks are in, you will see book deals. You will see a new book out by somebody, but it's never just a politician writing a book. You always see it with, Barack Obama with blah, blah, blah. The with is actually who writes the book, okay? And the top part is usually who is the one getting the kickback, all right? Let's not forget. Um, let's also remember that the media's main job right now is to push the narrative that guns are bad. Guns are bad. The reason why the Constitution has the right to bear arms in it is because they realized that as a people of the nation that are unarmed, they will get trampled over by its government. Number one, you can't have unarmed people because your government, though right now under Democrat control, is all about power and all about distinguishing all of your rights. They hate the Constitution. I'm just going to tell you that now. They hate it. They want to change it. They want to change everything. They want to pack the Supreme Court right now because it's not in their favor. So they want to add 4 justices to give them the favor. Okay? It's been like this for a long time. Ruth Bader Ginsburg said the same thing. 9 is the appropriate number. And just because now that what is the vote count 6-3 or whatever, um, they are crying river. uh, it's just a disgrace. These people are constitutionalists, number one. They do basically what the Constitution says to do. That's why we have laws. Otherwise, we'd have anarchy. So the media is going to push this gun thing, push it. They never say anything about white on white cops or killing white people. Never. You never hear a word about that. You'd have to hear about that on some kind of lower tier, like, local news thing or the Oregonian or some, like, little paper or something like that. It's never national news. Never. But they'll cover the crap out of some punk who's shooting up a school, okay, and then, the cop has like a split second to react to someone putting their hands out real fast. Of course they're going to shoot. What do you think they're going to sit there and say, oh, okay, well, let me get my flashlight and make sure that you don't have a gun on you, although you were just shooting at a building a few seconds ago. Just let me take my time here, okay? How about not running, okay? How about not even shooting a gun at a school? How about that? How about, as the parent, not letting your 13-year-old kid out with a 21-year-old, okay, at the middle of the night in Chicago, of all places? This goes to parenting, all right? So when I see the parents going, "He was a good kid," it's your friggin' fault, okay? You should have paid more attention to your kid. You should have raised your kid a lot better, all right? Now you're on the national news and you want revenge and you want this, XYZ, okay? And BLM comes into the picture, and now there's all this pressure on politicians, and some bow down because, obviously they don't want to have their house burned down by these friggin' scumbags. So they're going to say whatever it is that keeps them safe and, their property safe or whatever. But now you're going to have a problem with any kind of some citizen wanting to volunteer to become a police officer. You're going to have more police deaths going up because they're going to be so damn scared to pull out their weapon to protect themselves because of any kind of retaliation, because the mainstream media, they're a bunch of Marxist scumbags themselves, and they won't report the truth at all. They'll tell you everybody's a victim, of course, especially if it's a white cop shooting a black guy. They'll tell you that that person's the victim, even though you watch the video and you see the assault, you see the running, or you see the guys, swallowing a bunch of fentanyl pills a la George Floyd, and then dying from an overdose. And now they have the cop and saying, oh, because his knee was on his shoulder blade. And even though you guys say neck, you can see from the other angle his knee was on his left upper shoulder blade. That's training in police academy. They do that. All right, this guy swallowed I don't know how many fentanyl pills, and this isn't the first time he's gotten pulled over with the same situation. He's done it again and again and again. He's put a gun up to a pregnant woman's stomach, but yet you just want to paint murals of this guy, tear down statues of heroes, and replace it with zeros. Do you see how ass backwards that they're trying to do to everybody? They're trying to pin everybody against each other in this country and keep this country divided as long as they possibly can until they get their influx of voters from the southern border in place. Democrats are all about power. And the sooner you get this in your thick friggin' heads, the sooner this country will be a lot better. We as humans, we as citizens of the country are not the problem. The problem is when you turn on the TV and you see these actors portraying themselves as journalists, which they are not even close to being. All right, that's the problem. Because they're not telling you the whole story. They're telling you a quarter of the story. And they're telling you what they're being told to tell you. These news outlets are owned by 4 or 5 people. That's it. Okay, 5 people own all these places. And they're all running an agenda because they want a new world order, which is a one world government, and which is also about raking the cash in. All right. Do you see any rich black person, rich media person, or any of these people in any black neighborhoods? Do you see them building homes in a black neighborhood? No, you don't see that. Do you see them, BLM especially, marching over here in Chicago? You don't see that. They're always in white neighborhoods marching. Always. Okay? Not only because they're cowards, because they're frauds. And all these little, examples give them a reason to actually, get up off their ass, not to go to work, but to go out and loot, steal, burn, assault people, and everything else, and act like animals. Okay? I wish you would put more effort into actually getting a job than you do becoming some dirtbag sheep that watches the news and looks for any reason to get up and just go act like a buffoon. I mean, sometimes somebody has to just say it how it is. And YouTube doesn't like that because they want to keep the narrative on the Democrats' side. Okay? All these social media platforms. So they have a big investment, okay? Otherwise, they let free speech be free speech. But no, they are canceling people. They are, Twitter is suspending James O'Keefe because why? Because he basically found, got CNN, the director of CNN, to admit that they're a propaganda network. Undercover video showed this guy admitting, yeah, it's propaganda. We're propaganda. We make up stories and see which one sticks. That's the director of CNN saying this, point blank on video. And what does Twitter do? What does Jack Dorsey do? The guy that doesn't, any hearing you always have to hear these guys say, well, I'll check into that and get back to you. That's a bunch of shit. They know exactly what's going on. Jack gets the call and say, you better take this down now. Take this down. Take this down. I mean, if these people are powerful enough to remove the President of the United States, okay, and sway elections as well, like in 2020, how powerful do you think you are anymore? What rights do you think you're going to have left? Do you think these people are going to give a damn about you in the end? They will not. You will feel like a fool that's been used for their agenda. And that's exactly what we're trying to warn you about. We're trying to save you, trying to help you. You know, lift each other up, not down, not put each other down. You got to lift each other up. Okay? Everybody's got to get along. Nobody, I don't have any enemies of any color. I get along with everybody because I look at their character. I don't judge people by their skin color. And that's a silly ass narrative. Okay? I don't walk up to somebody who's Indian and go, oh, I can't talk to you, you're Indian. Or, you're black, well, I can't, no. You must be this, that. No, I get along with everybody. And I see it every day, people getting along. But if you didn't know any better and you just watch the news, you would think this is the most racist country on earth. And the statistics just aren't in their favor to prove it. Okay? Neither is day by day life. These people are sick. They have no soul. All right? They're ignorant. I don't know how they sleep at night. But these people in the news, the payday must be good. So I'm wondering, how much is it worth to sell out your own country?